Alright, I'm going to do a quick disassembly video on the 580. I'm recording this after I recorded the review, but I'm probably going to put it up first because it's probably going to be a longer video. In the review, I'd say the price is about $150, and I'll put the price in the description. I'm just going to say it here. It's $135 with taxes depending on where you are. Now, with all of that out of the way, let me get this on camera here. So I have there to there. Okay, so trying to keep everything on camera for you guys. I'm gonna do something else normally than just taking it apart and cleaning it. I'm actually gonna deassist this today and carry it for a while without the spring in it. So I don't really have to take the thumb studs off, but I'm going to. It's kind of a pain to get these off, but they don't have any. I don't put any Loctite in my thumb stud usually because I don't ever have a problem with them backing out. Take the pocket clip off here. The only problem I have with this is to deassist it, you have to completely take the knife apart. Completely take it apart. Yeah, you completely have to take it. I mean, you could probably, if you wanted to, leave the back part on, but it's easier for me because, no, you actually do have to take it apart because you have to take the access bar out. So I'll show you all how to do that. And if I go off camera, I'm sorry, I'm not really paying attention to the screen because it's at an awkward angle. I can't see it from where I am. I don't really have much to talk about, really, so I probably won't talk too much. I'll try not to have too much dead silence. But there's the full skeletonized liners, as you can see, taking all the weight out, and I'm going to try not to, bore you to death. As I said in the first one, if this isn't for you, if you think this is boring, go ahead and skip it. I don't care. I don't do this for the views. I'm not even partnered, so I don't really care. You don't want to sit here and watch me take apart a knife for probably 20 minutes. I don't really mind. I find it interesting just because I'm a nerd and I like to see how things work. I like mechanisms, so yeah. What I'm doing here is taking the two screws out of the back that hold the liners and the backspacer together. And then before I take the pivot out, I learned this the hard way, I'm going to pull the access bar out. Here's the access bar and the omega springs. These are the two most hated springs in the knife community because they break. You don't even really have to abuse them. They just like to break. And when those break, you have to send the knife into benchmade because they can't send you internal components for some reason. Spring and a Kershaw breaks, you call them and ask them and they'll send you one. Shit, half the time you don't even have to call them. You go online and request a part and they'll send it to you. They don't care, but alright, here's the inside coming apart. There's one washer. I'm going to completely gut this and clean it. Get all the oil out. Speaking of oil, this knife does not like my silicone oils that I use in my bearing knives. It doesn't like this stuff. It prefers this stuff. This is just a petroleum-based 20-weight shock oil. It likes that, so that's what I put in it. Here's the spring I was telling you about. It's kind of like an auto spring. It's a coil. It's a big coil spring. So I'm actually going to take this and leave it back here so I don't lose it. And this is, again, just rubbing alcohol. 91% concentrated rubbing alcohol. I might get my little soak dish out if I can find it, which I cannot. So I'm not going to get my little soak dish out and soak the little bolster here. I'll just clean it out normally. Here's the index pocket. That's what the spring actually sits on. Clean this out a bit here. It hasn't been cleaned in a while, so it's kind of gooey, kind of gunky here. I'm gonna try not to bump the camera too much, but I probably will, because when I start taking knives apart, there's all the crud that came out of the pocket. When I start taking knives apart, I don't look at the camera. I just don't. I kind of sometimes forget it's there and stop talking. So, I have mild OCD, so that's why I don't talk much during videos. That's why I stutter a little bit too, because I have mild OCD. My brain, I have mild OCD, and I'm pretty sure I have mild ADHD. So my brain just runs at a mile a minute. This is another linen shop rag. Yeah, I stall and think before I talk usually. Just something I've trained myself to do over the years. And it's pretty helpful because I tend to think about what I say before I say it usually. Unless I'm irritated, and then it just comes out. When I'm annoyed, I don't have a filter. It all just comes out. So I might curse during this video because putting these knives together is kind of a butt. It's kind of a pain. Not so much if you're taking the spring out, but when you're putting that spring back in, it's just, you have to take the thumb studs off. Don't try to take these knives. Don't try to clean a barrage, put the spring back in it without taking the thumb studs off, because you're not going to be able to do it. Because the shape of the frame doesn't let you. I think that's everything cleaned. Pivot. Do this here. Soak this shop rag. Almost dropped the pivot. If I drop a part, I will have to cut the video because I will curse so much. Because I don't know if I've said this before, but this isn't a desk. This is a dresser that I'm on right now, and it's probably 5 foot off the ground. So when you drop parts, they disappear. They vanish into the ether. I lost the dishwasher twice because it hit the ground and bounced and flew. It was gone. No clue where it was. It took me 3 days to find it. It was up behind almost in my wall. Almost went under my wall. Alright, this is just, I try not to use too much of this. I'm going to lubricate it this way because it's easier. And my face might go on shot. I don't really care. I don't care if you see my face as long as you don't know what my name is. And you probably won't ever know what my name is because I don't plan on saying it on camera. And I don't review the knives I have that have my name on them. For that exact reason, I don't want people to know what my name is. I do this for fun. I don't do this to get famous. I don't really care about people enough to be famous. I do this because I get bored during the day and don't have anything to do really. I don't have a job right now. The job market's shit, so this is more fun than sitting around all day playing Fallout. Backspacer. Lock spring bar. Lock spring pin. Goes right there. This part is a pain to get in as well because it's finicky. It's fiddly. Kind of annoying. Come on, go in there. And you go in there as well. Come on. There we go. There's that in, and then put the little lock button slider in there. And I might actually, no, I can't do that yet because I need to put the whole thing together first. So you can't put, I tend to put the backstop or the lock stop or whatever you want to call it, stop pin in last before I button everything up. It's just a little easier that way. And as I said in the beginning of this video, I'm not putting the spring back in. I'm going to carry this for a while without the spring in it. Haven't in a while, and I want to see what it's like. So now that works. Now I'm going to put this together without Loctite for now, simply because it's a little simpler, it's a little quicker, and I'm going to have this knife back apart to put the spring back in before I stop carrying it. This is one of my dad's knives. I'm borrowing it, so I'm going to have to put it back together before I give it back to him. So. This is a stop collar. These are annoying to get in, just simply because they're just a pain to get in there. You get them in there lined up and straight, they're a pain. And then get this in. Come on. There we go. That's a little bit tight. That's fine. There's a little bit of blade play, but there always is with these knives. Yeah, there's always a little bit of blade play, which is fine. Doesn't bother me much. I'm probably way off camera right now, I'm sorry. Let me get this scale on first. And put this screw in there. That first screw I screwed in actually holds the stop pin in place so it doesn't come out. I can actually test the tension. That's pretty good. It's a little tight. It's a little bit too tight. Tighten it all the way out and then back it off a bit. That's better. There we go. So, put that back on. And try it again without the thumb studs on. Yeah, that's beautiful. Alright. That works. There we go. So, put the thumb stud back on. I do that first. Get you on camera here. I'm sitting on a bar stool with a dresser, so I'm a bit high off the ground right now. So I don't want to drop anything. Then they're nice and tight. Put this back over here. Put the cap back on this alcohol. Put it over here. I was off camera for most of that, wasn't I? Yeah, that's better. So I'm going to put the pocket clip back on for right-handed carry because I am right-handed. I'm not wrong-handed. I don't have any problem with left-handed people. My mom's left-handed. So is my girlfriend. So clean under the pocket clip because I forgot to. So there we go. That's the disassembly, cleaning, and deassisting of the benchmade barrage. Have a good one.